see.
They do that so you don't mix up the cards and have like metagame concepts, right?
Yeah. I agree. Opening new things is the best. So we have Jupitara, Affluent Center Lady General.
All right.
She sounds like a badass.
She sounds like the 8th sailor.
The 8th sailor, like from Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Enter Jupiter.
Let's see. By the way, Moogle, who's in our chat and chatting with us, she is an amazing artist. She does art streams, and she has done art for other worlds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And I always brag about her because she's been definitely by far one of the most lovely and wonderful people that I've worked with when it comes to working with an artist. Or actually working with anyone. But, you know. Let's see. Alright. So let's check out. So Jupitara. Let's see. So she is Logos, Shadows, and Dis. So what this is this the houses that are going to be in the deck. There's 7 different houses. This one's Logos, Shadows, and Dis. Shadows and Dis are among my top 3 favorites. Logos is not. It's maybe my 4th favorite. It's kind of your mad scientist people.
Oh, nice. Someone has a unboxing edition.
Yo, hey, what's up? Yeah, we are checking out the Age of Ascension for the first time. I have not been spoiled of most of these cards.
Also, my handle's slightly off station for those of you confused. So.
And this is actually his 2nd time ever playing KeyForge, so he's a very new player, and this is his first time checking out Age of Ascension. So we have Plague Rat, which just sounds amazing. Play each non-rat creature is dealt 1 damage for each rat creature in play.
Ooh, and it's elusive too.
Yeah,
which,
so
I was reading through the little definitions here.
Which means that the first time that he's attacked, no damage is dealt.
Yep.
So with Plague Rat, this is something that you definitely want to have multiple rats in the deck. So I'm hoping the next card's a rat.
Yep.
And it is! Okay, sweet. And I'm hoping the next card's a rat. Yes!
Oh wait, doesn't it have the card list on the back of your...
It does, but it's more fun to pull to do this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm hoping for another Plague Rat because these guys work better in tandem. Yes! I don't know.
Right, 4 of them.
I don't know how many you're and they're all rare, dude.
Nice.
Dude, I totally have like a Plague Rat deck. I don't know how likely it is to get multiple Plague Rats in a deck, but this is okay. I'm hoping for a 5th because this game does not limit you on how many you have of each.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a roguelike, right?
Yeah. Dude, I have 5 Plague Rats.
That is ridiculous. That deck is going to be.
I don't know. See, I feel kind of stupid because since I have done no research on the set, I don't know if like every deck you get with Plague Rats just has 5 in it, and they're like, man, this guy's overreacting for no good reason.
No, that's insane, dude. Because I mean,
seems...
imagine if you get 4 of those in your hand and you drop it. That's going to be 4 damage out the gate.
And it doesn't kill your rats.
No.
So you play 1 rat, you deal 1 damage to everything else. Then you deal 2 damage to everything else. Then 3 damage to everything else. Then 4 damage to everything else.
And it's elusive, so it dodges the first damage instance that comes to it. So it'll nuke the
I didn't even think about the I just completely forgot about it. Okay, so I'm going to go into... Dude,
this deck is like... This is like 1 Plague Rat away from being... Oh my god, you got 6.
Oh, I got 6 of these things! I love this deck already. This deck could have almost anything else, and it would not even matter.
That is insane. That's going to be field clearing.
Dude, I want... Okay. 7.
It can't be 7. There's no way.
7.
There's no way, dude.
7.
Come on. I've got my down.
7!
Oh, yeah, ridiculous right now.
There's 7 Plague Rats. There's 7 Plague Rats.
Oh, the feels.
Dude.
Oh, that's going to hurt so much.
Dude. Is this just gonna...
Is the entire deck Plague Rats?
Is this just all Plague Rats?
Well, no, you can only have a maximum of 12 Plague
Rats.
Rats. So.
Yeah. So that's what I meant, like all for Shadows.
That would be ridiculous.
Okay, it's not.
Alright.
Okay, so since it's not all Plague Rats, I'm assuming that...
The Plague Rats are going to play a big part of the strategy in this.
Well, not only that, but like, you're not meant to get all Plague Rats, which means that this is probably a high number. I've never heard of someone having 7 of the same card in a deck. I heard 6 being the most. Maybe Plague Rats come at a higher frequency of having the same of, but this seems ridiculous. I am super excited about that. That is crazy.
That is insane. So let's see what else you got.
I'm going to do some research after the stream, by the way, to figure out if this is common. I mean, obviously the card's rare, but man, like, that seems insane. So then we have Yahtzee Gang, Action Steal 1 Amber. That's a very, like, basic guy. So he's not bad by any means, but this isn't like a great card.
Yeah.
It definitely isn't as exciting as the Plague Rats.
Now, how do you know they're rare?
So at the bottom it has a circle if they're common, star if they're rare, triangle if they're uncommon.
Okay.
So all those are rare. Then we have life for a life, sacrifice a creature, deal 6 damage to a creature. That's going to be really good, especially with Plague Rats. If they can't kill something, I can just sacrifice one of those or sacrifice anything else I want, kill off whatever I want. Lamindra, she has Deploy, which is a new ability. This creature can enter play anywhere in your battle line, which is really helpful. She also has Elusive, and everyone next to her also gains Elusive.
Yeah, instead of on a flank, it can go in between creatures.
We have Gamgee, which is Elusive, and Reap. If your opponent has more Amber than you, steal 1. This guy seems really good. Bad Penny. I actually love Bad Penny. There's a lot of Bad Penny haters out there. So just so you know, I'm not sure if you knew this, but a lot of people hate Bad Penny because she says whenever you die, she goes back to your hand. And that can be problematic because you want to empty your hand so you draw a new hand.
Yeah.
And if she keeps getting killed and going back to your hand, you're stuck with her in your hand kind of thing. But she can work really well. Actually, she might be bad in this deck because of the Plague Rats. Like, she'll die from the Plague Rats, so she'll keep going back to my hand.
Which affects your draw.
Well, actually,
you could probably use her for sacrifice.
Well, actually, even if the Plague Rats kill her, I can just play her right again.
Yeah.
So I take that back. She's not bad with the Plague Rats. She's good with like life for a life. I can sacrifice her, deal 6 damage, and play her again.
Yeah.
So she combos well with that. So that is all of the shadows. So one thing that's interesting about this though is shadows is normally the best at stealing, and the Plague Rats don't steal. They don't steal Amber.
Well, they steal your hope.
Yeah, they steal your opponent's hope, but that's not normally what this. It almost seems more like a type card, like the demons, which I'm not sure if you've seen yet. But we have the demons in this deck, so we'll get to look at those. But
it's definitely an unconventional strategy so far.
Yes. So then we go into logos. We have Chaos Portal, which is an amazing name. It's an artifact, so it's going to stay in play. As an action, I choose a house, reveal the top card of the deck. If it is of that house, I get to play it.
Okay.
So I can say Shadows, flip the top card over. If it's a Plague Rat or another Shadows card, just play it right in the play.
That's going to be ridiculous.
Brain Eater. It's a power 6. After a creature is destroyed fighting Brain Eater, draw a card. That seems pretty good. Titan Librarian. At the end of your turn, if Titan Librarian is not on the flank, archive a card. So yeah, that's a good card. We have Standardized Testing, which looks like a Fallout card. Like it's like from Fallout 76 or something.
I do like the art style.
Destroy each creature with the lowest power and each creature with the highest power.
Okay.
So that'll probably destroy one of my Plague Rats.
And it's only one, right?
Yeah, it's only one. Professor Sutterkin. Draw a card for each friendly Logos creature. That's whenever you reap with him. That one is going to be dependent on how many Logos creatures we have. We only have 3 so far. So he's not good so far. Library of Babel, action draw card. This is from the old set, but it's a good card. Igor, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, discard the others. This is really good because these guys are going to be able to shuffle through your deck, pull out the cards you want the most at that time, and put the rest in your discard pile. Then once you mill yourself out, you can reshuffle your deck and then keep drawing. So these guys are going to help you get through to your Plague Rats because you're going to reveal the top 3, choose the Plague Rat, then you're going to play the Plague Rat, and then you're going to keep shuffling through the top 3, shuffle your whole deck, get more Plague Rats, because even if you kill the rats, they're going to keep coming back.
Ooh, that's good. That's really good.
Cutthroat Research.
This is a really synergistic deck.
Play. Steal 2 Amber if your opponent has 8 or more. See, to me, this one...
That's high risk, high reward.
Well, this one isn't. This one's a pretty good card, but it makes me think that this should be a Shadows card. Like the effect of it is a lot like a Shadows card. Binate Rupture, Alpha. You can only play this card before doing anything else, and it says each player gains Amber equal to the Amber in their pool. So that one's a big card because everyone's going to double their Amber.
Which would be effective with that 2 from 8.
Yeah, Archimedes. Yeah, that is true. That is a synergy. So if they had 4 and I have 4, I go to 8, they go to 8. I steal 2, I go to 10, they go to 6, and then I go to 11 because of that. So that's a big power play there. Archimedes, who is awesome. He looks like a giant like bionic owl. Each of Archimedes' neighbors have destroyed archive this creature. So that's pretty good. And we have 2 of this guy. So I think that this is a pretty good set of cards. We have, let's see.
Each of Archimedes' neighbors gains destroyed archive this creature. That would be ridiculous with the plague rat.
Yeah, actually that works with it because you can have him inside, like beside the two plague rats, and if the plague rats die, they get archived, and then you just bring them back.
Yeah.
Yeah. This deck is completely and totally a plague rat deck.
Totally balanced.
Totally balanced. Then we have the Dis section, which I am super excited that we have Dis in the deck because it will match the plague rat theme, and I don't have many decks with Dis in it, even though I really like Dis. So I don't believe you've seen this house, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so they have Poltergeist. Use an artifact controlled by any player as if it were yours, and then destroy the artifact.
Okay.
So that one's a really good one. So I get to use your artifact, then destroy it, and gain an amber. Pandemonium. Each undamaged creature captures one from its opponent. Let's see. Each undamaged creature captures one from its opponent. Okay, so this is actually really good in this deck.
Yeah.
Because if I have all the plague rats would damage everything else but the rats. Then all the rats steal an amber from you.
Oh, that's...
Or capture an amber, rather.
You'd have to be careful about the number of rats, though, because they might knock out the creatures before you can actually use the effect, right?
They can, but if I pull that off, like if I have a bunch of rats in play, I play Pandemonium, they're each going to capture one amber. So like,
true, because it doesn't matter if you have a battle line or not.
Exactly. We have Yerk. Choose and discard a card from your hand. This one's actually better than it sounds because you can discard a card not from your active house, so you can then draw more of the cards that you want to draw.
Yeah, and you can get rid of the chick that keeps rezzing into your hand.
Yeah, if you need to. Not finished with you. Play shuffle any number of creatures from your discard pile into your deck.
Plague rats again.
And it gives you an amber just on play.
That is ridiculous. This is one of the cooler ones I've seen.
Misery exploit. Gain 1 amber for each damaged enemy creature. Dude, Plague Rat, they all have damage on them. Misery exploit, gain an amber for all of them, and then kill them off.
This is nothing but an amber farm. Like this is like a one punch.
Lash of Broken Dreams, action key cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. So if so your key normally costs 6, but this would make it cost 9, which is really brutal. Gub, which this thing reminds me of like a locust from Gears of War or something. While Gub is not on a flank, it gets +5 power and gains taunt.
Now, the action, can you do that once per turn, or do you have to, like...
Yes, I can do it every turn. However, I have to call Dis as my house.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's the drawback. Dust Imp, destroy, gain 2 amber. I have 2 of those guys. Those are really good, because they're going to die from the rats, and then it will give me 2 amber whenever they die.
So, for example, you have to call this house to use their effect.
Correct.
Okay. Just making sure I still understand that.
Banish. Play. Put an enemy creature into your opponent's archive. That is really... That's pretty good. I mean, they'll be able to play them again, but still pretty good card. Then we have Amber Imp, which is a crazy-looking card. Elusive, and it says, after a creature reaps, stun it.
Ooh.
That is brutal.
Yeah, that is... Oh, this is new.
We have 2 of those.
Have you heard of the Chain Tracker?
Yeah, so it's actually it was part of the game. It was just it never came up in our game. So, are you ready for the second deck?
Yeah.
So what the chain tracker is, by the way, is some cards are so powerful that they give you chains, and as if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
So as you acquire chains, you go up through here, and this is how much your hand size gets reduced by.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so if you have 3 chains, then your maximum hand size is reduced by 1, and then at the end of your turn, whenever you redraw your hand, you're going to go up to 5 instead of 6 cards, and then your chain will go down to 2.
Okay.
And then it goes down to 1, and then it's off. But you can occasionally build chains throughout the game, and you can have it where you don't have hardly any hand at all.
But you're so powerful that it doesn't matter.
Exactly, and that's how they balance the decks in tournaments. Where if your deck is just destroying everyone else in tournaments, then chains get bounded to your Archon, making it harder for you to fight as well as you currently were doing. Alright, I'm not sure if we can have a deck as badass as the Jupitara.
It's going to be pretty tough.
She's the Affluent Center Lady General, which is just...
I mean, she lives up to the name
Queen
General.
Ass Kicker is what I'll call her.
Yeah, seriously. The Spectral Ass Kicker.
The Spectral Ass Kicker. Alright, let's go into the second deck. Okay, I have a phone call from my coworker. This should be fun on the stream.
Do you need to walk out? I can.
Hello, Rachel. Yeah, yeah. If you wanna, it's up to you. If you wanna go ahead and come over, currently it's just me and Corey. Abby had to go get groceries. But if you wanna come over and see what KeyForge is all about, you can. And yeah, so we're here. The door should be unlocked. I'll double check to make sure that you can get in. You can just walk right in. I mean, you might spook me whenever you first walk in, because everyone on the stream saw me jump whenever Corey walked in, because I was just talking by myself. But I think since Corey's here with me, I'll feel safer, and you won't scare me as much.
I have the safety blanket.
Alright, he has a safety blanket, so we should be good. Alright, see you in a few, bye. Alright, let me make sure the door's unlocked so she can get in.
Jupiter's ridiculous, though, dude.
Okay.
I kind of want to ask the Magic 8 Ball, will I survive Jupiter?
I have a Magic 8 Ball.
I know, I saw that.
Is it up here? Oh, yeah. Go ahead and ask.
Magic 8 Ball, will I defeat the Jupiter deck? Without a doubt. Okay. Hey, I'll take it.
Hey, I'm happy that you're loving Spellslingers. I'm really happy though. Spellslingers was a lot of hard work to get made. It was a big passion project of mine and everything, and I'm happy that you're enjoying it.
Oh yeah, I need to bring all those sticky notes for you for the expansion thing. I had the Galaxy Cat and all those.
Oh yeah, you totally do. So let's go into our second deck. Probably won't. I mean, if this deck is even like
anything like Jupiter, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah. Jupitara, the Lady General Badass.
So how many people can play at one time? Is it just 1v1 or?
So officially, the rules cover 1v1. However, I have a lot of fun. I came up with my own variant for playing multiplayer. Yeah. And I actually really enjoy. I actually maybe even enjoy multiplayer more than playing 1v1.
Yeah, because I know Magic has like planes chase and things like that.
To me, this game's easy. I think this game is almost like made like it feels fun to play multiplayer because the cards are so zany and crazy, and there's just tons of fun stuff going on. You know? Yeah. I love the red in this. Like, it just looks amazing.
It is. It does have a lot.
So hopefully the cards are just as amazing as it looks.
Let's see. What's this guy's name?
Portaspiral, the Rioter of Reality.
I like it already.
A badass name. Now, what's weird, this is the same houses.
Yeah, we're running identical houses. Okay.
Running identical houses, so let's see how identical the deck is. This seems like some sort of, like, celestial demon, if that makes any sense. I don't know, it just looks like very,
No, I was thinking that, too.
Huh, okay. Well, let me flip that over so we don't get spoiled. So, Portospiral, the Rioter of Reality. Sounds like a Gurren Lagann reference. Alright, Lethal Distraction. Okay, choose a creature. For the remainder of the turn, whenever this creature takes damage, it takes an additional 2 damage.
Okay.
This is oddly a rare, which is interesting. I don't think it's... It doesn't seem bad by any means. It just doesn't seem like it's super good, like a super good rare or something. But it's not a bad card. Redlock. That's a cool name. He reminds, just because he has that name and he's like very acrobatic looking, he makes me think of like Red Hood or something. Skirmish, which means that whenever he fights a creature, he takes no damage, which is really good. And at the end of your turn, if you did not play any creatures, gain 1 amber. So that could be a really good card, especially if this deck has more actions and artifacts than it does creatures, especially within the Shadows house. Perplexing Sophistry? Why don't I know this word?
Sophistry, yeah.
Sophistry, that's just a really weird word. If you have more amber than your opponent, they discard a random card from their hand and you draw a card.
Ooh, okay.
So that one's a pretty good card.
This guy seems like he's very chaos-based already. I kind of like it.
Yahtzee Gang, got 2 of those to steal their amber. Throwing Stars, deal 1 damage to up to 3 creatures. Gain 1 amber for each creature destroyed this way. That's actually really good with Lethal Distraction. You play Lethal Distraction, choose their creature. Then you play Throwing Stars, deal 1 damage to 3 creatures, and one of those will end up taking 3 damage because of the Lethal Distraction.
Now is
and we can do Lethal Distraction and then double Throwing Stars.
Oh, is that countered by Elusive?
It is not. So in this game, elusive only counters actual fighting.
Okay, so that's going to be a hard counter for the Plague Rats.
Oh, they are, yeah. Just throwing stars on all of them. That's crazy.
Yeah, alright, I'm liking this. We're going to have a fairly good matchup here.
Miasma, your opponent skip the Forge a Key step during their next turn.
Ooh.
We have Knuckles Bolton. We have two of them, Elusive and Skirmish. So
they don't take attack on the first. They don't take damage on the first instance, and they don't take damage when they attack.
Yeah,
that's gonna be good.
Yeah, so he's pretty solid. We have Dusk Chronicles, which is a cool name. If your opponent has more amber than you, draw a card. If you have more amber than your opponent, archive a card.
And you get an amber on playing it too.
Yeah, so that seems pretty good. We have another Bad Penny, because she just has to be the last card in each of my decks, apparently. But she's cool. I like
Bad Penny. It's like
Bad
a Bad Penny. You just can't get rid of her.
Yeah. Alright, so this one seems pretty good. I don't know. It doesn't seem overly strong.
It's not as crazy as the Plague Rats.
Yeah, but these two cards definitely help counter the Plague Rats, which is very interesting. So then for our logos, we have, and if you don't know much about KeyForge, you can tell that even though these two decks have the same houses, you'll be able to notice that each of these cards are going to be very different. Like, the decks are going to end up playing very different, even though they're made up of the same houses. So we have Interdimensional Graft. If an opponent forges a key on their next turn, they must give you their remaining amber.
Ooh.
So that's really good, especially because your opponent can't help. You have to forge a key if you have enough amber to forge. We have Philo the Researcher, elusive, and after a creature is played adjacent to Philo the Researcher, draw a card.
Okay, so I've got a pretty strong draw deck.
Director of ZYX, elusive, at the start of your turn, archive the top card of your deck. ZYX Researcher, play archive the top card of your deck or the top card of your discard pile. Wild Wormhole, play the top card of your deck.
Oh, I like it.
Play the top card of your deck. Titan Mechanic. When Titan Mechanic is on the flank, each key costs -1 amber to forge.
Ooh.
Now that counts me as well, or whoever your opponents are, but it's still really good because if you don't want that to affect your opponents, you play another creature beside them. If you want it to just affect you, then you can put him on the side, especially if your opponent doesn't have any amber to forge. Standardized Testing. We covered that in the last one. Destroy each creature with the lowest power and each creature with the highest power. Poke. Deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. If this damage destroys that creature, draw a card.
Oh, that's going to be good. I like this. This is going to be interesting.
Library of Babel, Helper Bot, which makes me think of like a Ratchet and Clank robot looking thing. Play. You may play 1 non-logos card this turn.
Ooh.
So that's a good one. Cutthroat Research, steal 2 amber if your opponent has 8 or more.
Alright, yeah. No, I'm down for this.
Alright, then we get back to the discs. We have Neferu, which is a demon with 4 power. Each time a creature is destroyed, its owner gains 1 amber. That would have been really good in the Plague Rat deck, I feel like. Because the Plague Rats die so easily that it would just rack up amber, but this is still good in this deck. He's actually a rare, which makes sense because, like, you could just rack up tons of amber. I love his, I like his artwork a lot. Has a kind of a different style to it.
Oh yeah, very Witch Doctor-y.
Yeah. Then we have Poltergeist again. We have Gongoozle. Deal 3 damage to a creature. If it is not destroyed, its owner discards a random card from their hand. Oh, so a lot of people have been talking about these. Gold Key Imp. Players cannot forge their 3rd key.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Bloodshard Imp. After a creature reaps, its controller must sacrifice it. Oh. Yerk. We got have him again. Unlock Gateway. Destroy each creature. But this has to be you end your turn immediately after playing this. Misery Exploit. Gain 1 amber for each damaged enemy creature. Another Lash of Broken Dreams. Another Gub. Then we have another Banish. And then we have Binding Irons. Your opponent gains 3 chains.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh.
So.
Oh, that's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, these decks look brutal. Brutal.
I cannot wait.
So did you want to play the Rider of Reality? Okay. So do me a favor, since they're not